My name is Sita Ostheimer. I live in Berlin and I am a choreographer. So in Dawn and Day, the version of Sleeping Beauty I would like to share is not a retelling of the story, it's also not a new version. It's more a documentation of the entire pathway and transformation of the story, starting from 1300 going to now. The tale made a huge transformation in all kinds of senses. It started from a very violent, abusive situation, ending with another extreme of celestial beauty and purity of the heart. And in between it went through all different ways and attempts to take this story somewhere better, somewhere different, somewhere new. And I have the feeling that we got to an end of the story also. I think this story has no relevance anymore to be told as it ever was, none of the versions. I think it's a story which needs to be put to sleep. It doesn't serve the growth of consciousness in society and kids and anyone who reads it. It doesn't spark what we need now. It doesn't spark honesty. It doesn't spark motivation to find something new, to be courageous, to speak up, to be honest, to find your truth. For me, there was no interest in again telling the narrative. So the Dawn and Day is a collection of elements of the entire pathway, of images, atmospheres, rawness, roughness, but also love and beauty, of violence, of human chaos, complexity. So you can imagine it's a drawing, and in this drawing there is the entire documentation of that story, and we move it around and we bring it on stage and we see how these images and atmospheres of this tale influence the connection between the dancers now on stage with the raw, honest approach of body. There are different perceptions and viewing points at the story, and I feel like people tried their best to see something great, something important in that tale, but I feel it failed. In the early version of Sleeping Beauty, she got raped by a king, and 9 months after, in her coma, she received twins, and the original names were Sun and Moon, and we called it Dawn. We called them, the twins, Dawn and Day, which also stands for a new beginning, a new start. For me, the interesting viewpoint was that Sleeping Beauty stands for a sleeping society, for a sleep state of mind, and talking and being and behaving. And I guess this is relevant to now, and it speaks of awakening, enlightenment, of a new beginning, of freeing. And what we can see in Dawn and Day are all these different layers. The bodies speak of rage. The bodies speak of breaking free, starting new, not going with what they were told, not going into a sleep state, but keep on rebelling, and within that chaos, still trying to connect, trying to find love, trying to find harmony. And yes, my work speaks of atmospheres. It brings the audience on an emotional journey. The focus is on an awakening rage, desperate attempt to break free atmosphere. Within you can connect to images you would, maybe your mind would tell you about the tale. You see a couple, you see a princess, you can see a king, and you can see the people, and you can see love, but you also see violence, and you see rage, and you see, also the rawness of a human.